Welcome, ACL Nation. This is episode 2 of Baggin and Braggin. We have done it, Mish. We're successful.
Oh, and we even have the sound effects ready.
We're gonna work on that drum roll from last week. But welcome back, guys. This is episode number 2. We're gonna start things off with just kind of a random segment about what we got going on, and then we'll go into the bragging segment. We have a special guest later on today. We're going to be joined by Nico Morales. He is on the Chicago squad. They'll be going into the team's draft in Myrtle Beach next week. And then after that, we got more clips coming from Open number 2 in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yay, I can't wait. I mean, it feels like a lifetime ago that Open happened.
That Open, so yes. Episode 1 for us, man, time is flying by me. Now that I'm working on the ACL Live, we did ACL Live yesterday with Bernie, and then we have our own show now. It seems just like I'm running out of minutes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Got the insomnia kicking in.
I'm like, oh no! Are you thinking about clips at 2 a.m.?
I'm thinking about everything I have to do. Clips. I'm thinking like, okay, I don't want to miss my flight. I'm already worried about my flight
for Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, it's 6 a.m. December 26th or December 27th, and I'm worried about it. Like I'm gonna miss my flight.
Also 6 a.m. By the way, December 28th. We come the next day.
Yeah, there's not too many choices around that time of year, but I'm just happy to get out there a day early. Otherwise, I think it was like flying out at like 10:30 at night and getting the red eye and then a 4-hour layover. Something. I said no. I got a 2-hour and 57-minute layover, and I'm not happy about that. Washington D.C.
Oh, okay.
Never been to D.C. Maybe I'll take a little tour real quick.
I don't think you want to leave the airport. That seems risky.
I mean, but
you're afraid about missing your flight in the first place. Let's not push it.
Yeah, I also don't want to sleep in the airport though, because I'm afraid I'll miss my connecting flight and just be stuck there.
Oh my goodness! Do you have an Apple Watch or one of those kinds of watches?
No, I did download a few episodes from Amazon Prime on the big home tablet that I got. So
yeah.
Hopefully I can keep myself entertained in the airport without falling asleep. But yeah, insomnia is definitely kicking in, staying awake and getting stuff done.
Now, my favorite thing is to use as that reminder thing on like my iPhone, where every time I think of something, I just put it in there with a date and time so that it will remind me in the morning as opposed to, midnight when I don't want to be doing and thinking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing that on my calendar right now, and I finished 75 hard last year, and I think I might need to do it again. Pounds are starting to add on. But the thing I did with 75 hard is I would always make sure I had at least 3 things to do every single day. They were the critical tasks that helped me move forward in my life. So I would always put 3 things down, and then whenever that day is filled, I'd go to the next day. 3 things the next day, 3 things the next day. The only problem is like some of the things are time sensitive. So unfortunately, some of the K9 t-shirts and K9 jerseys that were ordered, they're not going to be in by Christmas now. So I feel like I've let some people down in that regard, but I need to send out the emails and tell them, hey, they're not coming in for Christmas. I apologize. I'll try and make it up for you down the road, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, there's just so much going on in a week now that it's exciting. It's all new. It's all different, but it's a lot. It's definitely
so I have like an addiction to efficiency. I don't know how else to talk about it, but like I get an insane amount done in very small periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's actually bad because like if I were to actually tune into my body when I work, just like yesterday I was working all day. If I actually like dropped into my body, it would be like chaos. Like like I picture just everyone like like everyone run and do everything all at the same time, and it's so unnecessary because most of what I'm doing not time sensitive. Time sensitive. No reason to like feel like I have to fit it all in a 20-minute period of time. So I wish I could kind of stretch out a little bit and just be like, it's fine. You don't have to do.
You ever watch Rick and Morty?
No.
Okay, so like Rick and Morty, basically Rick, he's like this genius. He has this ability to travel to different planets and dimensions, and there's like millions of different versions of Rick. You know what I mean? Because there's one from every dimension. And he argues with himself all the time. He's like, I'm the superior Rick over all these other Ricks, and you know what I mean? He demeans them and all this type of stuff. I feel like my head has 1,000 different versions of Wally inside of it. And like there's one version of Wally that's just like superior in there, but he just doesn't care right now. He's just chill.
Yeah, I
The
need a
other versions
chill.
are
I need a
fighting.
chill Mish
Yeah.
in my head. I need one of
Gosh,
those.
that'd be amazing.
That would really, really help. But and we do need to take a little break. So we will take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to do some bragging and get some more stuff for you in just a minute. We are back, and Wally, it is time to be bragging. I was gonna say we be bragging. It didn't really work the way I wanted it to.
Hey,
You know
we'll
what
work
I
on that
mean.
too. We'll work on that too. We got plenty of
list.
time. We're here all season.
We're here all season. Well, we hope.
Yeah, maybe.
after our pilot episode denied.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna go a different route here. We're just gonna show reclips of people spinning bags on their fingers.
Yeah, well, ACL Cornhole TV is really nice. That is something to brag about. Cornhole 24/7, not too shabby. I enjoy it. But
you
no,
said, you got some skills last Friday.
Yeah, I'm
huh?
so excited because I was sick for a while, and so I missed my own league night that we run, and then we couldn't run it the next week because the casino booked a holiday party. So I went 2 weeks without playing, and then Friday night was my first time playing at a tournament here in town. And I went all the way through till the game before you're in the money, right?
Mhm.
Like, so if I won one more game, I would have been playing for first, second, third, or fourth. And the way I lost that game, now, first of all, the guy I was throwing against, super good. He was throwing over a 9, and I, on a good day, average a 6. Okay, like I'm happy when I'm throwing a consistent 6, 6.5. That's good for me. So I already knew he was going to outplay me. But my partner was outplaying
Right.
his partner. So I just
So it was
needed
a race.
It was a race. I was just I need to hold this guy off so that my partner can get points. And it was working. We got to 20 points and they had I think 17 or something. All I needed to do was slide the bag in the hole to get the bags back to my partner. I wouldn't have closed it out. And my bag, I had 3 bags behind the hole. And then my 4th bag
backwards?
goes and then hits the hole and just sits. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And they won.
It covered the hole?
It just kind of caught the hole and then just stuck to the left. Instead of going
Velcro,
dripping
just
in, it just
on there. Oh,
yeah,
man.
just stuck to the side. And I was like, oh my God. And so we lost. But I made it really far. No, because I had to win at least one more.
Yeah, I call that the K9 seat. So there's the king seat where you win and you have to be double dipped. And then I get to the K9 seat where I lose that match. And then I go to loser bracket and lose my next match. And I finish 1 out of the money. So the K9 seat is 1 out of the money.
Okay, then I was in the K9 seat and I was so upset. But at the same time, I hadn't played in 2 weeks. So I was just happy that I played well. And I did average over a 6 on the night. And so for me, that's really good. If I don't have any games where I go 5 and below, typically I'll do a 6 or 6.5 and then I'll do a 4.5 game. And I'm like, cool. So I didn't have any of those.
Not playing. I found out watching your show that I guess it's going down with Brandon and Ione and Trey and myself. I guess we're going to do that little exhibition match. So
apparently that's happening.
Yeah. So I haven't been playing in a while. I played in the regional. I went to, I think, 2-2. And one of the games I threw a 5 PPR, and it was definitely a 5 PPR. It was ugly.
Status.
Yeah, it was not. And then the next game I threw a 9.2. So it's like,
wow, that's a floor to ceiling.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I only get one game to show one of those 2 versions of myself. I'm hoping I could find somewhere in the middle. Yeah. So yeah, I think we've determined that Jake will throw against Anthony and I'll throw against Trey. So hopefully
you have
Trey isn't slinging. I know he's busy.
Thing. I would say, Wally, if you lose to Trey, who never plays, that's really bad. And that's not a knock against Trey. I'm just saying he never plays.
Even you beat Trey.
I did beat Trey. I know exactly my point.
Yeah, but no, that's kind of it's weird because I called this out. I said, hey, we got to make this happen. We got to get this going. Have somebody commentate it on the K9 page. We'll make it happen. Be fun for the viewers. Be fun for us. Yeah. And it was just one of these things. They were like, oh, okay, we'll see about it. And then I guess it started getting some steam. And then Trey's starting to get the competitive bug again. because he even talked some trash. He messaged me a while back, and he's like, I shot a deck around. I threw a 9.0 PPR. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, dude, I'm going the opposite way. I threw a deck around. I threw like a 4.9. I was like, I'm not
Well, if
throwing.
those two show up, yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be throwing BG Vikings too. So that's a heavy carpet bag. And Jake says the stickier, the better. And I'm like, ugh.
That's my kind of play. That's what I love.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but I don't know if I can do it competitively. But luckily, it is against Trey, who has some catching up to do. But I don't know. I am nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but
He
I'm
did say if it
bragging.
was like a best out of whatever, then he would guarantee they would not win. Like, so he said I think he feels
He
he's
wants a
good
one
for.
and done.
Yeah, he feels good for one game and one game only.
Yeah, well, I think with the way the schedule's shaping out, it's can only be a one and done time frame
True.
anyway. I mean, we got a lot of stuff, so I'm kind of bragging about that. Is that the phone calls and the meetings that we had? I got on another call yesterday with Fred and Trey, and we are getting ready to put on a ESPN production on a ACL budget.
I'm
So
so excited for the
yeah,
draft. You're talking about the draft.
yeah. So Trey and myself, I don't know if you hung around us whenever we were brainstorming and doing technology things, but it's not good. We cannot just simplify anything because we're sitting here thinking. I'm like, we're sitting there talking yesterday in the call, and Trey and I are both kind of looking at the ceiling. Fred's watching us both, and we're like, I think if we do this transition for this scene and we could do this on this computer, we can bring it onto the main broadcast. And like, we're just overcomplicating everything. But I think it's going to be really, really cool. I'm looking forward to doing something special that stands out in everybody's mind. And once the budget increases and the technology,
Yeah.
kind of catches up to our ideas, I think it's going to be really, really cool going forward. But yeah, I'm excited for what Trey and I are kind of cooking up for this broadcast.
Well, so you guys are talking about that, right? I'm on a group chat with Jeff and Bernie about what we're gonna wear.
Yeah, we're behind the scenes trying to figure out, okay, how do we get Mish, Bernie, or Jeff a headset so they could hear us, so we could produce this thing, so that way we're all on the same page, and then we go to Anthony at some point, and
Yeah.
Anthony, we got to get the communication
Because
between.
we don't have those
Right.
in-ear things, right? That's comes with the production team. That's who owns those.
Yeah, so we're looking into getting some, and we're hopefully it'll be here in time. But we got Anthony over here on one side, you guys over here on one side, and then us doing our thing. Like Stacy, we can kind of just be like, "Hey, go!"
Yeah.
Reveal the pick.
Yeah.
And then Josh Keck, he'll be taking in the picks, and it won't be that hard for him to do his job either. But we need to coordinate all these groups to make it work in our little production table. So it's going to be chaotic at times. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure I'll forget to eat at some point because it's going to be about 6 hours, I think, right?
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah,
Well, we can't eat. We're on the screen.
Well, you guys got people to cover you. So Trey and I will take shifts, but I think for the most part, I already know myself. I'm going to stay at that computer table and do it. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
Speaking
just
of
funny.
food,
Are you hungry?
well, not really, but I was thinking about last night. I had some spaghetti. The girl gave me some spaghetti.
About?
Well, I'm bragging on my mom's spaghetti, not the spaghetti I had last night.
Oh,
It wasn't terrible, right? It was good. It was good, but like nothing compares to my mom's spaghetti.
Well, was the sauce homemade?
No, she doesn't make homemade sauce.
Yeah,
my mom doesn't.
What?
No, my mom does not use homemade sauce. She uses the Prego. But the way
you're
that she
bragging
cooks
about Prego
I'm
spaghetti.
I'm telling you, the way my mom cooks the spaghetti, there's
That's not a
something
thing.
different.
That's
It's
not
so
a
good.
thing.
It's so
that
good.
is
It's different.
That's all
I'm
in your
telling
head.
you, I've tried to do it. I've tried to have people do it. I've even had my mom teach my ex-wife, my ex-girlfriends how to cook it.
Teach? You mean boil noodles and throw a jar of sauce on it?
It's not the same. I'm telling you. That's why I'm bragging on my mom's spaghetti. It's amazing.
If my child grows up and brags about something I made that come from a jar and a box, I will be so disappointed.
I mean, she puts in the work. She cooks it. There's a special like Panamanian way of cooking it. Like I don't know. She's got some, Himalayan secrets. I don't know. She does good work. So I'm bragging on my mom's spaghetti.
We need to get your mom on the show, and she needs to say it in front of all of us that literally
gosh.
she boils salted water, puts noodles in it, and then throws a jar of sauce on top.
She does something special. I don't even know what it is. But yeah,
Well,
I'll tell you what, my mom would be a good interview. That's an interview we got to get.
All right, we're doing it then. Book it.
All right, what else you got?
Great. Well, when I make spaghetti, I do use a jar, but I will buy like the fanciest jar I can find at the store. I don't think I've ever bought Prego in my entire life because that just seems like the lowest quality.
It's not Prego. It might not be Prego. What's the other one?
Ragu?
It might be Ragu.
That's even, I mean, that's not better.
She does something. Either way, it's not Prego. But she does something, I'm telling you, with the noodles. And then she cooks the sauce with the noodles. It's amazing.
All right. Well, I'd love to see a poll on that, on who's on Wally's side with this and who's on mine. But we are out of time.
My mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But we got to run to a commercial, Wally. We got to get to the next segment there. We're going to be talking to Nico next, so we will see you guys there on the flip side. Welcome back, everyone. We have our guest here with us today. That's Nico Morales. This is his second year as an ACL pro. He's coming to us from Illinois, and he is one of the co-captains of the Chicagoland Spinners. I like the wall behind you, Nico. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we actually just finished it. We had most of it up before today, but I had to get my jersey on the wall. So.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Well, thanks for coming to the show. We're excited to learn more about you and what's going on in this next season coming up.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
What up, brother?
What's up, Wally?
I don't know if I don't know if you guys can see his shirt, but he's biased.
Very.
That was actually the start. That was actually the start of Nico bursting on the scene last year when he got that T-shirt.
I would say so. Yeah. See him.
Oh, so this is a lucky T-shirt?
I've done pretty well wearing this T-shirt. So
okay.
Got a few number ones raised.
He didn't say it was his lucky T-shirt still, though. He couldn't get the sentence out.
You actually just have to have it in your possession, and then after that, the cornhole gods start working their magic.
It is with me at like the hotels late night. You'll see me wearing it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Hey, whatever works. All right. Well, welcome to the next season. Lots of changes, especially in this new teams format. So I would love to know, what are your overall feelings of teams this season versus last season?
Yeah. So last year we really didn't know what was going on, payout wise or structure, what worked, what didn't work. This year, I love having the regional based, at least to start out your team. But yeah, playing with Mark and Phil, that's going to be awesome. They're an hour from me, so play with them all the time. We're friends, so this is going to be actually really exciting for me.
Yeah, it's pretty
How did you find out you were on that team? What was the process whenever they revealed who you're going to be on the squad with?
I think Trey messaged us and just asked if we'd be interested, and I'd be pretty silly to say no to that. So, I wasn't going to go to Myrtle Beach until that, though. So
that's why they needed one more player to show up, and they suckered you into it. Is what it was.
That had to be it. Well, being with the teammates that you have, I mean, they're a pretty good doubles team. People may have heard of them. Do you have people that you have your eye on? I'm assuming they're going to play together. Do you have your eyes on anyone to be your partner for the teams event?
Behind closed doors, Mark has kind of mentioned a couple names. I do like everything he's got. He's very smart. He knows a lot about this game. So, I'm just going to trust whatever he wants to do and pair me up with whatever. This past weekend, I threw carpet with Jay Rubin. Not something I've done before. We won. Uh-huh. It went well. So,
okay. Guess that works.
Yeah, it's different. I'm excited, though.
Yeah, so you're pretty diverse. I think you'll be fine no matter what you throw. You had a pretty good run. I believe it was East Moline with Windsor and the Sorcerers. So you can pretty much throw different speeds. I've seen you throw them all.
Yeah, that was a different kind of like a hybrid bag. But that was good. It's a little bit slower, but it worked. Airmail anything. So
yeah. So when the initial teams came out, people saw the Chicagoland Spinners, and they're like, "That's just not fair."
Yeah,
because you were ranked 120 or something like that.
I think it was 102. I think I was tied at 102.
Yeah, so you were 102. So you were pretty low as far as the rankings go. But I just went through my list and ranked all top 200 players. I got you at 28, and wow. I got you up there, buddy. I think you're gonna be you and Jeremy Frazier, my two breakout players this year. And I have Mark Richards at 1. And I think I have Philip teetering right around, if not top 10 to 20. So, yeah, it's not fair on paper. You guys are already coming up the top 3.
Yeah, same thing with Carolina Coasters. I think they're about the same,
yes.
But, I had some bad luck last year. It ultimately showed in my singles standings, and I know I'm better than that, so it is what it is.
Do you consider yourself more of a singles player or a doubles player?
Last year I would have been more of a doubles player. This year I think I'm going to be more of a singles player.
What's changed, or have you done something different to come to that conclusion?
I just throw a different style when I play singles, and I play for my partner in doubles. So I think I just want to be able to play for myself more this year, show more of what I have to offer.
So transferring from a beta to an alpha.
I like that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
There you go. You'll be an alpha player.
Well, I mean that's going to happen whenever you and Joe separate ways, and you guys absolutely hate each other now, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Misha,
I love that.
I
love that. Go ahead.
I don't know if you got a chance to catch the Badgerland Bag Brawl when I was commentating. It was Nico and Joe. I believe it was the finals, right?
Yeah.
Overall finals. And I was just on, fumes at that point. So I had to create my own content. And I was like, these guys were partners last year. They loved each other. Now they hate each other this year. And
you just started a whole rumor mill?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He tried. I messaged him after. I'm like, man, that's good stuff. I like that.
But deep down, man, you guys are great friends.
But, last year, obviously, Joe, he was more the alpha on the team. I was kind of like the shadow. But, it is what it is. We both throw good. And, I wish him nothing but the best. But,
Yeah, second place finishes, right? Tier first.
Well,
I beat him twice this year, so.
There you go.
Well, there you go. It's interesting that you brought up the playing for yourself versus playing for your doubles partner, and it kind of introduces the topic of pressure. Some people when they play with doubles play worse because the pressure of making sure they're there for their partner can be overwhelming. So, can you talk a little about how you're impacted by pressure, or where you feel the most pressure?
I think when I like to shoot airmail, so I feel like every time there's an opportunity, I feel like I got to make every bag. But in doubles, playing with Tom, it's going to be a little bit different because we're actually friends on the outside of Cornhole too. So it'll be a little bit different playing with him, more just less pressure on me, I guess. We just throw it back to each other. Joe, he literally just shoot it every time. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll just shoot it every time. But there wasn't a lot of communication back and forth. But Tom and Joe are A and Z. I mean,
wow.
One's a hype man, one's quiet. So it's going to be fun this year. I'm excited. Not a lot of pressure. Last year, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to start the year. Then obviously I ended 102 in singles. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing.
I feel like it's an easier said than done thing, but I'm excited to see it happen. But it's hard not to put pressure on yourself, I think, just as humans, because we always want to do well.
I didn't know Wally ranked me 28. That's a little bit different, but
oh God, here we go. Pressure.
Now you feel the pressure.
Pressure.
I did not feel any until he said that, but it is what it is.
No, you're good. Man.
Oh.
I mean, here's the thing, and you spoke about it, but the airmail that I saw in Badgerland was pretty much the first time where I was like, that's no fear. You were not afraid to shoot it, and I can kind of see the transition after talking to you now that you do kind of have a more aggressive approach towards singles.
Oh, yeah.
Last year you were on the broadcast court, I think a couple times, but I never really saw the killer mentality. So I saw something different in Wisconsin, and it's not going to go overlooked. I'm going to put you up there. And Anthony caught it early with Joe. He was on the Joe Neested bandwagon.
He was on the Joe Neested,
and it worked.
Right.
So I am coming right here.
The only thing that helped me out with that is, he mentioned my name a couple times, so it worked out to my advantage a little bit. But
yeah. That's true.
Yeah, so, who's your favorite person that you've met in Cornhole? You can't say me or Mish. Who's your favorite person that you met?
I'm sure we were the top of his list.
I mean, I'm just one.
That's put me on the spot like that. Favorite person I've met. Player or just person?
Just person, yeah.
Man, I think I really man.
I was coming with the heavy hitters. I'll give you mine real quick. So
okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, Stephanie Morales is mine.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. That did not.
That's some sucking up right there.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I'm wearing your shirt. You're saying my wife's
name.
I like that.
Nico, what if you said your answer and then he said your wife? Like that would have looked so bad.
exactly.
That's what I was setting him up for. But he's smart. See, he
I mean,
hesitated.
yeah, I mean, other than my wife, I mean, she's great.
Okay,
She
there you
records everything. She travels with me. She supports probably top 10 supporter out of anyone in the league. But I don't know. I mean, I don't really have any enemies. I
It's
like
more of a
everyone.
group.
Yeah, it's just, my group. I like, my Chicago area, your Bernadette, Windsor, Ruben, Mark, Phil, David Morse, I
Speaking
like
of
all.
which, what do you think about like these cliques that are forming? Like it's like high school a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell. You see like the young, I wouldn't say the younger, but like the 18 to 22-year-olds in the corner. You got the under 18 hanging out, sleeping all day, still throwing bags though.
You
Then you
got the
got
seniors in
then
their lawn chairs off the corner.
right,
Get
right.
off
Then
my
you got
lawn.
exactly. You got the smokers outside.
Yep.
You got it all.
Yep.
You got it all.
Yeah, I call
Yeah.
that cigarette alley that you got to walk through to
Oh,
get in the front
gosh.
door.
Oh,
Fumes. Yeah, no, one reason I kind of hedged that question a little bit is because I want to segue into how we met each other. You met me right at the beginning of the ACL career, and we had kind of a heart to heart where it was beyond cornhole. You were one of these people that a year ago we probably never would even talk to each other, but I believe it was in Kentucky. We formed a good bond over all the off the court type of stuff, and Stephanie was there. They got a little bit deep, but that's the thing about the cornhole community is that you don't realize who people are or what they even do until you
yeah.
take that 5 or 10 minutes in the
Yeah.
cornhole world, and you end up
And,
building a deeper
and,
family within it.
yeah.
So
And
kind of,
I'm definitely want to take the 5 or 10 minutes for sure. So
yeah,
you
kind
know.
of talk a little bit about who you've developed friendships with off the courts through the cornhole world. You say that you and Tom are friends outside of cornhole.
Yeah, me and Tom, obviously we're partners this year. We live about 40 minutes from each other. We get to practice once a week, 3 to 4 hours. We hang out, go to dinners or hang out at his house or whatnot. Mark Richards is another one, obviously number one player in the world, a little bit different,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
a good guy to have in
You
your
know,
corner.
but talking to him, he's still a human, still a person. He
Yeah.
supports me just like I support him. Um, Phil, same thing. He's like the quiet assassin, but he's got a sensitive side to him too. I'm hoping people see that one day.
Yep.
Jay Rubin, probably my biggest supporter. We resemble each other in looks, some people say. So
Yeah.
I told him I would accept his award. As a stunt double, but
There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
it's good. I like it. You earn some friends over time, and it's different. It makes the game a little bit different.
Yeah,
How do you
she's always there. Sorry, Mish. She's there,
okay.
always supporting you. So, like, what type of commitment did she show you to get into the cornhole world? Like, she'll be there for you at all these tournaments and stuff like that. How is it juggling the marriage and all that type of stuff with the
And then the
cornhole world?
marriage, the cornhole marriage, and then the
Yeah,
actual marriage.
Yeah, at
gotta
first
have both.
I think at first it was a little different. She's like, "Oh my God, these guys are so good! Like, can you do this? Why are we doing this?" Then it was, "Hey, I got good. Travel in the world. She loves to travel. I never even been on a plane until I met her. So
Wow.
traveling, yeah. So travel in the world. She loves seeing new places. Obviously, she's my wife, so she's going to support me either way, hopefully. But I I'm definitely lucky with what I have because not a lot of players have that support I have.
It's true. Yeah. That's huge. And I was gonna ask kind of a piggyback off what you're saying is how much do you think it's gonna impact your performance being so close with your doubles partner? Like not just getting together and practicing is great. Not everybody gets to do that with their doubles partner, and you're having dinner and hanging out. How do you think that's gonna help out for your performance?
I mean, I think it's going to be a lot different. Last year I think me and Joe we finished 19th or something in doubles. We had the just know each other. Let's build some chemistry. Last year me and Tom practiced all last year while I was with Joe. So we have that plus whatever we have moving forward. So I'm excited. I know Tom's excited. He's shooting really well. I'm shooting really well. So we just got to put it together.
Yeah. I would agree
What's
with
one
that.
part of your game that you want to improve on this season? You mentioned your airmail's locked in,
Honestly,
but what's something you need to improve on?
in singles, my arm on the inside of the board.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I kind of got like a tilted tilted bag, like a right to left bag. So on the outside, it works. I can avoid bags and do step out shots, but on the inside, it's almost like I'm bowling a little
Could
bit.
you step out, or would that not be the same?
No.
No.
Are you talking about like my arm on the inside?
Yeah, when you're on the inside.
Yeah, no, I think I want to hug the board as much as I can just to kind of stay center.
Are you
Because
right
if
foot forward?
I step with my left.
Step with your left.
So but definitely the inside. Work on that. But I don't hit as many air mails on the inside. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, I'm not the person to talk to on that. Anthony's the one who's always trying to change my throw. And I actually started watching. I think Ricky Jernigan's one guy I started watching. And I'm like, hey, he does what I think I should do, which is whenever my arm is on one side of the board, I put my right foot forward, and on the other side of the board, I put my left foot forward.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Well, I messed around with it, and it kind of helped me out a little bit. But I'm like, no, this is not what you're supposed to do.
Huh.
But so I never did it. But
yeah, I have not changed one thing about my game in 3 years. Was there stepping, shooting air mails? I mean, I'm just trying to get better at what I know.
I think that's smart, because I think when we see what we call like that, like sophomore slump, or, when people are really good and then it tapers off, I do think there's a lot of tweaking that's happening. Kind of that, as humans, especially very competitive, we get obsessive about it, right? Like, oh, I could maybe perfect this if I change something.
Yeah. I mean, people are adding shots and now stepping or not stepping anymore. It kind of blows my mind. I'm like, you train yourself to do this over and over and over
won
again.
Right, like did well.
Yeah, like Ryan Smith, I asked him, like, why are you stepping now? He's like, because you can always get better. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, that's not a bad answer. It's just you were really good not stepping.
Yeah.
Well, Matt Guy changed his throw twice last year, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He looked weird not stepping though.
Well, and didn't this happen to Jamie Graham in 2020? Wait, what year was it when he started changing things? Didn't go as well.
I don't even know what year we're in now.
I know what you're saying. He started rolling. And,
he just started changing up stuff, and then he went back, because it was like I was tweaking too much throughout the season. And I think if it were me, and I'm obviously not a pro, but I would like decide at the beginning of the season, like, this is what we're doing, and like we got to ride it out. Like, it's changing mid-season. I don't think that's the time.
Yep.
Take notes for next season. but that seems kind of crazy and risky, because you can perfect. I mean, I've seen people at league nights with horrible looking throws, but it goes in.
Yeah, that's kind of how I started in this game. Is I was following a guy who had an absolutely terrible throw, kind of finished like a ballerina, fingers in the air, and the bag end over end, and he was throwing nonstop 9.5 10s, just 12 after 12, and I was like, what are you doing? Because there's no blocking him, because his bag would land and cut back to the right, or he'd have a good airmail, and we're like, how can I get better watching this guy?
Yeah,
I can't.
There's definitely no right or wrong way.
There really is.
You see all these weird shots and stances, and I mean, it's good. I like it.
How much of it do you think is like, okay, so we talk about flat spinning bag, right? So let's say that your bag isn't flat or spinning, but it's going in most of the time, but then everyone's talking about it. How much do you think that starts to kind of wear on your confidence in yourself, and maybe you make tweaks just because of that?
I guess that something across the years that I've probably gotten better at is more of a flatter bag, I guess. But I think it's easier to play someone that doesn't have a flat bag. You can you place your blocks a little bit different. I mean, it's just different. I mean, unless you're Matt Guy just airmailing everything, but you play this game. I played this game different now than when I first started. So it's just you kind of learn as you go.
What about in the round limited format? Do you change anything about your game?
So last year, my first shootout, I think, was Texas. I played super safe, didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know it was the 10th round or 12th round when it happened, and I won on some luck. I would say it's luck. Ask Brandon Feldmeyer about it. But I played safe, and I didn't do my normal game. So then we went to Arizona. I think there was a shootout last year. I was shooting fire. I think I played Kyle Malone first. Airmail. He's like, why are you so aggressive? I'm like, because being not aggressive didn't work out for me. So, I almost made TV, I think, twice at shootouts and singles by being aggressive. So I'm just going to be aggressive, play my normal game.
And that's your normal game, would you say? Or was it more aggressive? It was just your normal?
Right. So my being aggressive is my normal game.
Okay, got it. So
So-
you don't change anything for your shootout play at this point.
I am not. No, I'm gonna act like it's not round limited, and if I'm down after 12 rounds, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a mentally tough player?
I do. You know, I think when I first started, I had to get over that hurdle for sure. But this game, I mean, you gotta let stuff go, and you can only go one bag at a time. You know, you can hang your head as much as you want, but you know, your mental is a lot in this game for sure.
Yeah, there's 3 different matches in particular that I think about that come to head. One was whenever we played Drew Wecking in East Moline, and Drew was kind of a no-name. You know, I've known him for a while, but I've never seen him shoot that good. He shot phenomenal against you, and you just kind of were like, nothing
Yeah,
to do. And then you
Yeah,
played against Adam Hissner in the Badgerland, and Adam likes to talk a little bit and chirp, and you're just kind of just had a good time laughing about it. And then Joe Neested in the finals. So
I think you
keep
handled
your
that
composure the
so
same.
well.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that, Wally, because I remember like you handled that really well. That's tough.
Yeah, that was definitely the first time I played against him, so that was new to me. I had earbuds in, so I didn't really hear what he was saying, but I seen the crowd was laughing, so I had to take my earbuds out. I had to see what was going on, and I was like, "Wow, he is being really aggressive. This is different." But you know, I think ultimately, I think he got caught up in just figure out what he was going to say next versus making the next bag.
I totally agree. I think he was more concerned with that than he wasn't focused, and
He lost focus. Right.
It worked. Yeah, it worked to your advantage for sure.
Well, Nico, you're definitely one of my favorite people that I've met in the cornhole world, man. I appreciate you and your wife taking me under last year, and I'm looking forward to seeing you this season, man. Don't worry about the pressure of living up to number 28, man. Just do your best.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks so much, Nico.
All right, thanks. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep. Bye.
All right, we're back, and we have our clip segment of the show. So Wally has so thoughtfully put some time into looking at who be bagging.
Yeah, it's a lot better whenever you can watch it on a computer at 2 times speed.
Yeah, it does.
It helped me out compared to the first Open.
It does
And
help
not
a
only
lot.
that, but I wasn't there for women's, seniors, or the blind draw. So apologize to everybody who threw on Friday in Kentucky. I was on some R&R.
Well, that is necessary. We do need you to do that every once in a while, Wally. All right, let's get into it. We're looking at number 5. All right, we got Matt Guy throwing airmails. You know, that's kind of his
sped up a little bit because this is what he does. I wanted to show you guys all 3 of them. But Matt Guy,
he got one.
We talk about his airmail.
He got 2.
He's fired up. This one's nasty though.
That's not an airmail. That's
underneath. That's the rodeo.
That's the rodeo.
That's the Damon Dennis rodeo. That's where you land on top of the bag, ride it closer to the hole. But we were talking about Matt Guy's airmail and when the right time is to shoot it. So at the beginning of that clip against Matthew Creek Killer, that bag was off to the side a little bit. And then he has a situation forming where Creek Killer's not going to push that. So this is the block situation I want to see out of Matt Guy this year. Block the bags, eliminate your opponent from being able to score or wash out that round. And then the aggressiveness kicks in, accuracy, boom. Big round takes that. I believe this was for the king seat match, or to get to the king seat. So it took that one down against Creek Killer. But yeah, this is the version of Matt Guy I want to see. Shoot the airmails at the right time and use that accuracy.
Yep. There's the rodeo. Rodeo. I mean, I don't even know how you think you can get that bag. Like, who do you think you are?
I don't know if he was trying to go for it or not, but it looks good. It looked clean.
Well, but I maybe he wasn't in that moment, but people have.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 people you think about when you think of airmails, though. Jimmy McGuffin and Matt Guy.
Yeah.
Number 4 is trying to get on the list.
Number 4 is trying to get on the list?
Yeah.
Oh.
Without even looking. I know this was just down and backs. This was just before we went live. This was the very beginning of the live feed. I'm like, oh, perfect clip right off the bat. It's going to shorten my time. Then you see him. He hits that airmail, the part that gets everybody right after he hits. He just stares right over at me at the table. Clip that.
Let's see the creepy eye contact.
There it is.
Boom. Yeah. I wish I could zoom.
So, all right. So, Jordan, you want to be considered for one of the best airmails in the game. I want to see you do that during a game. All right.
Who would do that during a game? You can't cover your eyes.
Jordan Power will if I tell him to. Especially if I'm on the sideline and be like, hey, it's a good time to break out that no-look airmail. All right.
What does he get if he hits it?
A highlight. He'll get to number 1. He'll be number 1 instead of
He
number
got
4.
a highlight on a down and back.
It's a
You already
number
gave him the
4.
prize. Oh, it's number 4. Okay. You become number 1 on the highlight reel. Is that the prize?
Exactly.
Right, there you go, Jordan. You heard it here. Wally said if you hit a no-looking airmail, it'll be number 1 on the highlight clip. I don't know if it's a big enough prize, but there you go.
Yeah, not worth the risk.
I think you should demand more than that. That's just my opinion.
I'm in charge
right,
here.
Let's look at number 3.
We're kind of sensing a little theme here with these highlights. If you guys haven't noticed, there were way too many clips. I think I totaled 24 clips in just the 2 days of coverage from Open number 2. So we kind of put a little montage together for a lot of these players. Again, this isn't even a Matt Guy clip, but it was so good I had to include Matt Guy in there. He's already got 1 off the board at this point.
Here we go.
So he's trying to get back into the round. Not much of room, backside. But the reason I took this clip is Philip Lopez Jr. This is number 3 for a reason. A level 3 blocker, 3-bag push for 3 points, sitting at number 3. Let's take a look.
Whoa. Ready for it? Are you ready? This would kind of be cool in slow-mo. Do you have that capability? You have fancy equipment?
I do. I'll have to slow it down instead of speeding it up.
Boom. Oh, God. Look at that guy.
Even the
finger point.
Forgot to even put in the score. They're both just walking away.
Yeah, you're right. No one put in the score.
But I mean, that's a difficult push. The accuracy that you have to hit, because that bag, I believe, is sitting at the corner pointing towards the front of the board. He has to hit it perfectly right on that little corner, push it in, and then push
he
it
did.
the rest
He
of the way
hit that because it was like a V block situation in terms of the shape of the bag. So he had to hit the corner. And the reason why the V block is so effective is because when you typically hit that, it spins your bag off to the right or the left. So the fact that it stayed with it and then took another bag, took a buddy all the way with him. Pretty freaking amazing.
Slick side of the sniper is pretty fast. So if he misses that off to the left just a little bit, it kicks off the board. Misses it off to the right, he doesn't collect either one of those. But very accurate shot. And Philip Lopez, I was talking earlier, he's on my list, and I feel like I just need to keep moving him up higher and higher. I believe you have him in your top 10, don't you?
I'm the only one that put him in my top 10.
Yeah, he's
the only one.
He's too good to not be in the top 10. And even as I'm saying
11.
this,
he finished 11 in his rookie season, and he quietly finished 11.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he just needs to make some noise,
well, also he's under the shadow of Mark Richards. That's his doubles partner's number 1 player in the world. So
I don't think he is. I think they're equals.
Wow,
I mean,
big claim.
Ranking. I mean, you talk about the best team out there right now, Matt Guy and Jamie Graham. I'm putting Philip Lopez Jr. and Mark Richards up there. I think they're the 2 highest skill leveled pairing.
Yes, but people were like, the beginning of the season, even people were wondering if Mark Richards wanted to pair up with Philip Lopez, and they are throwing around terms like, oh, he should go play with, an Alex Rawls or someone.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, why? And Jay Rubin and Jordan Power throwing something at the monitor right now or TV, wherever they're watching. How are you saying they're the best team? We won. We beat them.
We beat them.
Yeah. But I mean, they were very consistent, and the offseason rumors about them not pairing up, I was shocked. I was like, I don't see how they could separate.
Philip Lopez does not get the credit he deserves, but I put you on my top 10. I see it.
Not thinking about it if I didn't already.
Okay. All right. Number 2. Let's see. We got
another montage.
A Noah Wooten montage.
This is why Noah Wooten is in my top 10.
Bar soap
twice. Got it for the win right there. Airmails, drags, pushes, rolls. Noah Wooten is the best sticky side pusher in the game. I'm talking with heavy carpet. This right here was for 9 points against Mark Richards. Shot that backside airmail, left that bag in front of the hole, and then throws this one just a little bit shorter for the collect. 9 points.
There's some Noah Wooten. I'm trying to find the beginning of this Noah Wooten love clip.
Yeah, I apologize, but I mean, from what I saw these first few opens and Noah Wooten, and the more and more he throws
that roll grab,
the speed on it,
like how it just bloop, insane. Then we've got a collect here. And was that the bar soap one? Hold on,
It's
that
kind of
happened
yeah,
fast.
it's pretty much a
happened
bar of
fast.
soap with a push.
Yeah, there
But
it is. Yeah, that
one
bag
thing you
was in the
notice
front.
about that there is he turned it over and went slick side.
He
Same
did.
thing here. He's not afraid to turn over and go slick side. He uses both sides of the bags very, very well. And we've already seen him through 5 opens throw many different kinds of bags.
Yeah. So I mean, this one, this bar soap, you know, I wanted to hold on. I want to go back really quick.
Yeah, that shot right there against Mark Richards, that's a shot I'm not even thinking of. Ryan
I
Windsor
know.
was on the
I
mic
wanted
with
to see
me.
Mark Richards' face. No reaction.
Yeah, he doesn't change much.
How
In the booth, Ryan Windsor and myself were just looking at each other like, man, he's built different. He's built different. I wouldn't be surprised if Noah Wooten wins the world championships this year in singles. He's got all the skills.
Put him in my top 10. I'm trying to remember. I know someone else did too. I'm trying to remember the Noah Wooten top 10 situation. But Mark Richards, no reaction.
Oh,
And
he has
that's
one there.
obvious. Yeah, but on his bag. Yeah, but he didn't respond to what freaking Noah Wooten just did to him.
No, that was a clinic. And then you can see them changing outfits. But so that means that Noah did it over a span. My favorite part of this clip is Cameron like, nope, I'm not going in there yet.
Yeah, no, I saw that. She's like, like, I don't think I'll stay back. All right. Drum roll. Number 1 clip.
I don't have drum rolls uploaded yet.
Wait, oh yeah.
All I got is the rim shot. Remember, you said you didn't want that one.
It's fine. It's fine, Wally. Just don't do your
fine.
job. It's cool.
Chimes?
Okay. Caden Allen. 3 bags in front of the hole. Noah Wooten, 1 off to the right.
This is for your singles championship in Kentucky.
Perfect block right in front. Caden Allen goes up, grabs all but 1, which is hanging over the hole. Does Noah hit that one in at the end? Do you remember?
No, Caden put it in right there. He got all 4 bags in one shot.
Oh, did it fall?
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. Man, it happened so fast.
That is why Caden Allen is 3 for 3 in opens, winning his bracket every single time.
Yes.
I believe he lost to, I think, Alex Rawls.
Yes.
And then he lost to, was it Mark Richard? I can't remember who he lost to.
I mean, he's losing to the best of the best.
Berkeley. Yeah,
and he's not losing to anybody else.
Yeah, there was 848 players, and I think he lost his first or second game in the single elimination portion. But he has won every single bracket he's played in these opens, and the kid's a beast.
I mean, this shot, and that bag's sitting up kind of high. He just grabs it, and Noah's bag is sitting off to the right. It is on stick side, which is nice. So hopefully, easier not to take it in. But and then
yeah, I was like, the only thing that'd be better is if that bag falls on its own. Slow motion drip.
It happened, yeah, right at the end of that clip. It's hard to grab it. But Caden Allen, definitely impressive. Won't be the last time we see him on a highlight reel, that's for sure.
Yeah, so all these players that we saw here in the highlights, I expect big things out of all of them. I tried to get some Garrett's and Jeremiah's in there like we had last time, and what was the young kid, Aiden Claxton.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get some of those in there, but like I said, 24 clips of the elites doing their thing. I had to just kind of put a little montage together and show you guys a taste of what we had. And keep in mind, this is my first open back.
Yeah, they came out swinging.
Yeah. So, and we're not even to the coin slot. We're not even to the starfish. We got a lot to go.
Well, the starfish happened, right? That was my bad.
by Tony Smith.
Oh God,
not Devin Harbaugh.
My bad, you guys. I knew the shots. I just mixed up who did them. The starfish, the coin slot. Did we have one other new invented? But I feel like we had one other invented shot this season.
I believe they're not invented, but I believe there's a penguin coming next week.
Yeah, I think there's a penguin.
All
right, you have to stay tuned for that. That's all we have time for. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you all next time.